We're starting. Ooh, why is it shaking? It's shaking. There it goes. Stop. All right. Welcome to another episode of the UNG Odyssey podcast. I'm your host, Uns. Unfortunately, Gump had to stay occupied, so he's not gonna make it for this episode. Well, he might. I'm not sure. Anyway,
Uns and Gump.
Yeah, Uns and Gump. Yeah, I know they're city names. But that's the names that we have for each other in our family. So we decided to go with it for the podcast. That and my brother's a little girl. He's like, I don't want to put my real name up there. I don't want to become famous.
They'll figure it out.
Like, you're not going to become famous, you dumbass. And then, you know me as Rudy because of my comedy.
Mm-hmm. How many names do you have?
Uns, Rudy. And yeah. Oh no! That's taking a picture.
Do I need to get in that?
Oh, it's gonna go for you. It's gonna be that's the live stream. Oh, that stupid ball's always in the way.
Damn microphone.
Damn microphone. Something like that. Yeah, there we go. I should probably prep this before I even start the camera, but that's how it goes. Because this is a low budget show.
Doing big things.
And we are working this out. There we go. Alright, John. Fuck, man. What you been up to, dude?
This past weekend's been busy. I was at DCH on Friday.
Dallas Comedy House?
Dallas Comedy House.
I never get in there.
Doing a guesty spot. What do you mean? Like,
I never get in there for the open mic.
For the open mics?
I never sign up in time. There's always too many people on there.
I don't get in the open mics either, honestly.
Well, then how do you get to perform there? Just know people?
I think, yeah, because, well, I mean, I do, I do probably 4 to 6 open mics a week.
Yeah.
And then you see the same people all the time. And
yeah, that's very true.
And I think my theory is somebody got really sick, or a couple people got really sick, and they like went down the list of like people that didn't get into the open mics, and they were just like, oh, let's throw John a bone. And then I got to go just ramble for about 7 minutes.
Well, that's cool. Did you open for somebody, or what was it?
No, Devin Clark was the host.
I saw that.
Who did an amazing job. He's that guy's amazing. And then it was me, Kai Cribbs, and oh my god, I forgot her name.
What was it? Was it? Did it have like a specific?
But she was amazing too.
Did it have a specific name for the event?
Katie Smith. It was just a Friday show. I think they do Fridays and Saturday shows.
Like a showcase type.
Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't a showcase. It was a show. Basically. Yeah, and the only thing that separates a show from a showcase, you get $20. I think.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so.
Get $20.
Not me though. I got nothing.
You got nothing.
I was in the guest spot.
Yeah.
So the guest spots typically you're coming in there to just do stuff and work on stuff. But like the feature, the host that's working the whole night, and the headliner, they all get compensated for their time.
Oh well, yeah. I guess I could.
So it's more of like I gotta prove myself.
Who was the headliner?
I gotta prove myself that I'm worth the $20. And I think they want their money back. Pretty sure.
No,
pretty sure
I'm pretty sure you did great. I've seen you doing open mics. Open mics were pretty good. Now, if open mics are good, imagine like actual showcases, man.
Yeah.
Open mics are hard.
Open mics are rough.
That's what I like.
But I actually really love open mics.
Oh no, they're super fun.
Yeah. I have more fun at open mics than anything else. It's just you. It's you basically trying to make your friends laugh.
And that's really hard.
Yeah, and it's hard, but it's so gratifying because you can sort of it's harder to surprise them. So I've noticed because I do so many open mics that I do sort of a lot of jokes that are inside jokes, almost a little bit. A lot of mannerisms I do. I've just because I know how to make certain people laugh, and I can cue in on that instead of making a lot of just random strangers laugh. Like I'm almost not even concerned about it. I don't even worry about it. I'm just like, oh, you guys are dumb. You should have been an open mic on Wednesday, man. It was a lot of fun. But
I understand. I totally get that. Sometimes you got to bring up what you saw a week ago or something, some kind of interaction that you had with another comic,
Yeah.
And other comics were there, so they started
Yeah,
laughing.
so they get it. Yeah.
But then you realize that the people who were just there to watch are like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
That happened today in Build a Bit, Arun's and David Diaz's workshop thing at the Improv. The Improv.
Which one is it? The Addison Improv?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When did they do that? On Sundays?
Sundays from 3 to 5.
From 3 to 5?
3 to 5.
What? How come they never told me about that? I want to go.
It's just on, like, it used to be in Arlington, and Wes Corwin ran it. And Tom Smith also ran it. Sorry, Tom. And for some reason they moved, I think, because it was going under construction.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I'm not really too up to date, because I don't know, I don't pay attention. I don't pay very good attention or notes, but then it moved to the Improv
in Addison.
And now we do it every Sunday from 3 to 5. So if you want to work on some jokes,
Is it always a workshop?
it's always a
Like
workshop.
Your set's always a workshop.
Yeah, it's and you know, you can go in with a couple different ideas. Maybe you want to get up there and talk about a subject and try to find the jokes in that, or you have a couple jokes you want to see are funny, or you're just sort of looking for feedback on something that you've had for a while. You know, there's a lot of different ways to approach it, but everybody there is always really good, and the group we had today was awesome. It was really successful, I think. Feel bad Arun only got to go. He was so polite. He went at the very end and only got to do like a couple minutes, but he's a big contributor. I like bouncing things off of him too.
I like Arun. Arun's hilarious.
Yeah, Arun, super great.
He's been on here before too. We had a great time. I want to have him back on.
Him and I've been hanging out with him and Micah more and more afterwards after the Fort Worth shows. And those guys are fucking hilarious. Am I getting snuck up on?
No. I was just saying that's my roommate. I want to try that. So anybody can go.
Anybody can go. You don't have to be. You don't have to go to any open mics at all. You can just come to this.
You don't have to RSVP ahead of time.
I've also heard Mana's is really good too. Everyone's like, she does great feedback.
Yeah, I go to Mana's on Monday at what's that called?
Twilight?
No, not the Twilight's on Tuesday. I think Tin Panther.
Oh, hers is in Tin Panther. I really do want to go to hers. I'm always
I hit up
doing something.
I hit up Tin Panther, but before that I hit up the other one, which is called Mad Hatters. There we go, Mad Hatters. I hit up Mad Hatters and then Tin Panther, because Mad Hatters is from 7:30 to who knows when, and then Tin Panther starts at 10.
Yeah, my schedule is pretty like.
So I've been doing that on Mondays now.
I want to, because you're closer to Fort Worth than a lot of the Dallas stuff. So
yeah,
I mean you.
I like some of the feedback. I don't always agree with the feedback though. Like one of the feedback was, oh, you don't want you're a girl and you talk about your tits, talk about your pussy, but you don't want to give that off because you don't want people. You don't want as a professional. You don't want people to see you as not just talking about your tits and ass and whatever. And I was all like, I can see her point of view, but I don't think that you should tell I don't think that it's a problem to talk about your tits and ass and pussy and whatnot, as long as it's funny. Because there's a lot of people who have made really good careers because of they use that, but they made it so funny. I mean, Sarah Silverman talks about it all the time.
Yeah,
she's hilarious.
There is a double standard for sure, though. Like girls, I think girls can get away with talking about like some dirtier things, and it comes off as a lot.
I just think, I just see it as long as it's funny. I mean, even a lot of guys, I don't think they can talk about too much of that stuff, like too hardcore-ish, because it's harder sometimes for the guys to make it funny. Maybe you can make it funny, but there's a few like Lisa Lampanelli.
Mm-hmm.
She's known for her jokes about that, but I mean, as long as they're, I mean, I just feel like as long as certain things are funny, you can pretty much make a joke about anything. And also, I don't feel like you should worry so much about what other people view you as.
You should be aware of it.
Be aware of it, but don't sit there and be like, oh, I don't want to let how other people view me control the way I want to be personally sometime. But
yeah, no, it definitely influences it. That's a really important thing to know. I think just to like people are gonna look at you and. But even before, like when you're walking up on stage and put you in a box right from there, so you can lean. You just got to know where you are, where you stand, and then from there you can go anywhere. But as long as you know where you're starting, I think it's like a powerful thing.
I think so too.
Yeah.
As far as my comedy goes. I've been having fun lately. I just been kind of just having fun. I'm not even worried too much about like.
That's really the important thing.
Yeah, because I see some comics. They'll be like struggling and yeah, they're moving up, and they have fun. But sometimes I just see them like having such a hard time trying to figure out what they want to do, how they want to go at it, and. I don't know, I just feel like I don't want to get to that point because I don't want it to start turning into work.
Yeah, well, I mean, eventually if you want to do it for a living, it turns into work, whether you like it or not.
True, I think so, true. But right now, I'm not worried about the work aspect. I'm just having a lot of fun while I'm doing it.
Sure.
I think Monday. The hell was that? Like
I don't know,
dragging a dead body out there.
Your studio, your house. So any weird noises I hear, if you're not comfortable with it.
Well, John, I tell you, this is a real safe house.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just people dragging bodies out there. It's okay. It's okay.
Right. I feel better.
What was I saying though? But yeah. Oh, cool. So I've been doing a couple of sets. Not inebriated, but. Slightly on the on under the influence.
Yeah.
And because I don't really do that, I don't really smoke that much.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, let me see how it goes, and you know, I tend to like sometimes just speak more about what's on and go not on a rant, but I kind of just go on with what is on my mind sometimes. So I went up there on Monday and I just like talked about whatever. And some of it wasn't really jokes. It was just me talking about a certain psyche or schema that I have personally. And then it really didn't turn... I really couldn't turn that into a bit at all. Mm-hmm. But then the next topic, I talked about being in a relationship. And then that one kind of turned more into a bit. And then I just started working. I was like, okay, well... let's see how that works at the next mic. And I did at the next mic, and it did okay, not too great still. And then I did it at the next mic on Tuesday, and it got better. I actually got more laughs out of it. I'm gonna try it again for another 2 weeks. I don't really want to talk about it on here.
The bit, the actual bit, or
the actual bit.
Talking about it.
No, the actual bit because.
Okay.
Well, I'm not saying like I'm gonna create a special with it one day,
right.
But I don't want to like completely talk about.
No, I think a lot of comedy is surprise. So
yeah. So, and I'm gonna put it on an episode sooner or later and talk about it because I want to do kind of like my own little side episodes where I just go on and talk about. I want to call it Rudy Rants.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a subcategory on the same platform, the UNG podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just going to be me. I'm just going to talk about whatever, and then I'm going to go over some bits and go over how I'm going to work on them. And not only will that help me actually physically work on the bits, I'll sit down, but it'll help me put it up there, and then I can go back and be like, oh, why did I think that way when I put it up here? Or when I edited and changed it a little bit. And we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. No, it's a weird thing to navigate. And
what is your process like?
my process is I try to start with a broad subject and bring them into like a specific point that I'm trying to make. You know, I go into like I'll talk about friendship, and then I'll talk about like what it is to be friends with somebody, and like my process for making friends and how hard it is now, and then like what specifically I do, like playing laser tag, you know, like then that's how I know you're a good friend. And then like you know, it just gets more specific to me after that. So I'll start broad and I'll zone in on it, or I'll make a comparison between two things like
hello, Des Venture. Sorry, just
Des Venture.
JD's Venture.
Oh, you got your.
Yeah, I'll chat for when people log in.
No, I try to draw comparisons between things that don't really make a whole lot of sense. Because I don't like being the 10th comic to go up there and talk about Tinder, or, you know, the 15th comment to talk about, oh man, my girlfriend is crazy. And then, you know, I want it to be a little bit more specialized.
Well, it's working.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I guess so. Some crowds completely don't just hate me. Yeah. Just so
but you've been doing comedy for how long now?
I've been doing like comedy. Okay, so the first time I went on stage, I was 15.
15.
I was 15 years old.
Where did they let you go on stage at 15?
It was back door when it was in downtown. Tony Ibarra actually was the first one. He was the first one to bring me up.
Yeah.
And I bumped into him like a couple times over the years, like at defensive driving. He was the guy that he would do comedy defensive driving, and I took his class twice.
What is defensive driving?
It's so when you get enough tickets and you want them removed from your record, or you want...
Okay, so it's legitimate defensive driving.
Oh, yeah.
I thought this was like some kind of comedy thing, because I see that at Arlington Improv, like, we do defensive driving. I was like, is that like a code word for some kind of comedy that you learn how to do? I don't know.
Yeah, no.
But it's real defensive driving.
He would teach the class and then like hang out and whatever. And like I mentioned to him one time, I was like, hey, I don't know if you remember me. You were the first one to bring me up. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't... How many people, it's their first time to go up every... You know, whenever. So, and he was the MC or whatever. And he's just like, yeah, I don't know who you are. And I was like, I haven't brought it up. I have not brought it up since. So, this is the last time I brought it up. So, I guess to answer your question, I've been doing comedy sporadically. Yeah. Since I was 15. So, I did a little while in high school.
Kind of like dating a bad girlfriend. You break up with her and you get back with her, and you break over and you get back with her.
I hope comedy's a good girlfriend. I hope she's a cruel mistress.
Well, she must still be turning you on if you keep coming back.
I don't know what she does to me. She does.
She tickles that butthole.
I keep coming back every couple of years. You know, I did DCH back when it was at his old location. Did the open mics there, and then stopped going for like 2 or 3 years, and then this past about 2.5 years I've been going. I've been trying to take it a lot more seriously. But like I balance it with trying to be a director, you know, direct shorts. I do a lot of shorts, and
like a movie,
like that.
Like an actual film director.
Yeah, that's what I went to school for. So
yeah.
So I've also so I go. That's the thing is I go back and forth between
the two,
and it's a terrible idea. I don't recommend anybody. I recommend you stick to one thing and then just have like a side thing.
I mean,
just go back and forth.
I don't know how much money you make directing or whatnot.
More than I make in comedy.
Oh.
Put it that way.
But is that like a daytime type of job, or is it more like a...
Just depends. Like this past week I shot headshots for a medical company. Yeah. At the airport.
Do you do headshots?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I've been looking for somebody to do headshots.
You know what I was thinking about doing, and I don't know how many people are on this stream. How many? 2, 3? All right, big numbers.
Right now? Yeah, right now, probably about 1.
Okay, awesome.
I think we have some people on Instagram, but I'm not sure.
So what I want to do is just bring a backdrop to Hyenas, and every single comic there is looking for headshots. Every single one. and I've had conversations with them, and just bring all my shit there, and just set up my rig, and I'm like, okay, guys, we're doing headshots today. Give me $30, and I'll take your headshot, and then I'll send them to you. You know?
Oh, that's cool.
Because I videotape a lot of people's comedy too, and I do that for like $30. You know, and then you get like a little lower thirds of what comedy is. You get your professional video, and then I mix it with the sound through the club's soundboard. So.
Oh, well, that's cool.
I do. Yeah, I mean, I know how to do the whole rigmarole. Like, I came in thinking like, oh, maybe I can get away from this film thing or whatever, but it keeps coming back. Like, that's the bad.
I don't see why you couldn't do both. I mean, do a little bit of make money while you do comedy.
Yeah.
It's not like you're gonna be directing, 13 hours a day.
No.
But I've been wanting to get headshots because Robert Bender, do you know Bender?
Yep.
He told me that I should look up this company who's always looking for little actors or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he's like, you do this, you get
Backstage?
some headshots. I'm not sure what website it was.
Mm-hmm.
It might be.
Mm-hmm.
But he helped out. Oh shit, I can't think of his name. The dude. He's dating Sam K. Do you know who Sam K is?
Yeah.
He's dating
Shiva.
her. Shiva. There we go, Shiva.
Mm-hmm.
He helped Shiva get some, and so Shiva's slowly been getting
headshots.
Yeah, he helped. Well, no, he didn't help him get headshots, but he helped him with a website to that company.
Okay.
And Shiva's been slowly doing.
That's backstage, I think.
Probably?
Backstage is the way to get auditions, basically in Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's like if you want to be, go to location. There's casting agencies all over Dallas, and then they cast for commercial. Like Dallas is pretty good for commercial stuff. Austin's better, but the governor killed the film industry or whatever was going on in Dallas. We had Queen of the South.
Uh-huh.
We had a couple other shows in development, but like it's all about providing money and incentive for people to come here and shoot. I think Hell or High Water was shot in New Mexico, and it was a movie about Texas. Because it's cheaper to shoot in New Mexico. That's why Breaking Bad was shot in New Mexico. They give them tax breaks and deals on crew and everything like that. So that's why a lot of shows in Dallas get killed. Because it's really expensive to shoot here, and they don't help them out at all.
So so it comes down to politics, in other words.
Comes down to politics and money. Yeah. So, but
fucking Greg Abbott, is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
Fucking Greg Abbott, fucking us.
Yeah, no, he's an asshole.
He doesn't want us to get high. He doesn't want us.
He doesn't want us to, He wants kids to stay dumb. He's just like a complete dickhead. But it's great for a commercial. Like, it's still okay for commercials.
And I also hear like that whole Amazon deal that was supposed to happen here. I'm pretty sure he had something to do with that not coming too.
Yeah, I mean
that would provide a lot of jobs.
Yeah, but Amazon works people to the absolute bone is the problem. Like I've seen a lot of YouTubes of people living in their car outside the distribution centers.
You know what? I think that's good for them. Fuck those people. Let them work hard.
Yeah, right.
Let them work for their money. They want to get paid. They don't have to work there.
I want to get. Yeah, I mean, I know. But okay, how about this? I got a story from an anonymous source, I'll say, he was a high-ranking member at Walmart, right? And he went over to Amazon to do the same job or whatever. Within 6 months, he was coming back to Walmart for his job because he was like, those people at Amazon are absolute animals. Like he's like, they will work you to the bone and then work your bones to dust. Like that's how savage these people are. Like
I think that's hilarious. Though.
That's why there was that outcry.
That shit's kind of funny to me. It's like I don't know why. I just like I think I just feel like people should have to work really really bad somewhere really really hard, even though it's a clean environment.
Yeah.
So they can appreciate these other shitty jobs that they get. Be like, well, I'm working here, but at least it's not that bad,
Oh, for sure. No, I'm talking about people that are like 60 who've already had those shitty jobs, and it's just like now they have to do other shitty jobs, and it's just like I just feel bad for them. Because I've had those shitty jobs. You know,
I've had too, but you know, you
garbage
move on.
jobs.
You keep looking for better jobs, and you know, I started off working at Hardee's.
Yep.
You know, making $5.25 an hour.
Yep.
And I was still in school, so I was working. I would go to school, get home, change, and then go to work because I had to be at work at like 5.
Mm-hmm.
I got home by 4. It took me. It was about a 45-minute walk to work, so I had to walk to work.
Uh-huh.
Eventually, I got a skateboard. We cut it down to like 25 minutes.
Sure. And some sweet ollie moves on the way.
Fuck, I was a horrible skateboarder.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as far as tricks go, I was horrible at it. I was so off balance, and I guess I was goofy footed. The way I would ride the board was like not your conventional way of riding.
Yeah.
And then in the snow, because I lived up north in Iowa, that was always a pain in the ass.
Skateboarding too.
But, you know, I got paid, and when I got those paychecks, man, I was just like, yeah. I was one of the first.
How old are you now?
I'm 35 now.
35, yeah. Okay. What do you do? Well, I guess you can.
I work in yeah, I can talk about it. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
What are they going to do, fire me?
I don't know.
I mean, they probably would fire
You a stripper?
me. No. If I was a stripper, they wouldn't care. They'd probably be like, I'd be having a bunch of guys out here talking about stripping or whatever.
Yeah. Get Bobby bottle service out. It's torn Achilles.
No, I just work in a warehouse, man.
Oh, yeah?
An average warehouse job. I used to work at the hospital. Now, if I still worked at the hospital and they found out about it, they might not
be too happy about it.
Yeah, they might not be too happy. I've never really told any hospital stories on here because
you don't want to get sued.
No, I can still talk about it because, you know, I'm not dropping any names. It's just people don't really want to hear about gross shit like that. Some of the gross shit that I've seen.
Yeah.
I've cleaned up a lot of dead bodies.
That sounds awesome, but also it sounds not awesome.
Oh, that reminds me. I saw a cool ass movie. Do you ever watch Netflix?
Yeah.
Do you ever watch the horror movies?
Yeah.
There's one I just recently saw. It was pretty cool. I know it's a side topic, but I just like the fact it's like this. They brought this chick in into a morgue, and you know they have to figure out the cause of death, and that's all they care about. But they like start finding weird shit. Apparently, she was a witch.
She was a witch?
Yeah, she was a witch the whole time. And you know the ghouls and ghosts or whatever, it starts killing them slowly. There's two of them, the son and the father. But I thought it was cool. Is they, of course, they always kind of end the same. But I like the horror effect of it, and but I always feel like if I know all this shit is fake, right? It's all fake. I don't really believe in ghosts. I don't believe demons or stuff like that. I think people are just evil. People are just evil in general. You know, I whenever somebody does something like these mass murders that happen or rapes, murders or whatever, I'm never the type of person who's like, I can't believe that person would do something like that. I believe a person can do the worst type of shit.
Oh yeah.
Ever. So whenever I hear about it, I'm like, yeah, no, I mean, they're human. They're capable of horrible things. They're capable out there, of horrible, horrible things. But like, and I this is weird. It's gonna make me sound evil.
Okay.
But if I ever found like one of those situations where like, it's like a demon wants to take over my body, I'd be like, okay, you know what? Let's cut a deal. I was like, sure, I'll join your evil side as long as I can live forever, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I would be that. I'd be the type of guy where I'm like, oh fuck it, let's do it. Did you ever watch the blindfolded chick?
Oh, Bird Box?
Yeah. Did you ever watch Bird Box?
No, everybody else did though. I feel like everybody's seen it. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
You're like, of course.
Yeah, it was cool. Of course, Sandra Bullock is an awesome actress or actor. I don't know what you want to call them nowadays.
Whatever she wants to identify.
Whatever she wants to identify, you know, penis or no penis. But like, okay, in that movie, there's certain guys that have like their eyes are all black and they just like embrace the evil. I would have been one of those guys. I would have been like, fuck it, let's do it.
What were the rules? Were they just like, if you embrace the evil, you still get to be like semi-conscious, or zombies?
I don't know if I don't even know if it's like if you embrace the evil. I'm pretty sure that's just what happened with those guys, where they just. I'm not sure what it was about the people that were still alive,
Mm-hmm.
and would hunt whoever's left. But, okay, the premise is like.
Also, I'm the worst person to watch movies with. I should let you know that.
Why? Do you ask questions?
No, I just no. I already know what's gonna happen. It's like
you
I went
predict
to
it?
school for it, so like I was like, okay, they're gonna do this, and then I could probably tell you what's gonna happen at the end, and then like I'm like, I don't know if I would have done that as far as editing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have done that as far as camera work.
Yeah.
Like I suck to watch movies.
But I love that kind of stuff.
My friends won't even
though.
watch movies with me.
I love that kind of
talk
stuff, though.
during
That
it.
stuff intrigues me. It's like, I don't know, it's an interesting way to view another person's point of view about how it could have gone.
Yeah. Because there's some really good movies out there, but there are so many really bad movies.
Oh
There's
yeah,
so
for
many.
sure. There's so many bad movies. I do like horror. Horror is the ones that I like to watch and actually analyze the most and think about how they did it, because it's always obvious. You can always tell how the camera's angled. Okay, like they want something to pop up in this scene sooner or later in this picture. And something's gonna happen right here. Otherwise, they wouldn't leave that much of a gap. It'd be more centered. And next thing, a ghost appears right there. Like, okay, well there it is.
Yeah, I can't stand there's a lot of really bad horror movies that just do jump scares the whole time, and I'm just like, it's wasting my time.
Yeah.
Because it's just a loud noise. It's just like somebody behind you with cymbals,
Uh-huh.
and then like if you have to open the door, you have to open this door, so you open the door and they just go bam 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 bam. It's like, yeah, okay, you got me, good job.
I'm bad to watch those type of movies if you like to get scared. If people want to get scared, I'm not good to watch with them because I don't get scared for any of that because it's very. For one, I already have it in my mind that none of it is real.
Right.
So.
What if it's based on a true story?
I mean, even
real
then,
events.
even then, it's like not really scary.
Even when they do that, though, they exaggerate so much.
Yeah, they
like
exaggerate
there's
too
like
much.
what was it? The Exorcism of Emily Rose. They were like, this actually happened, kind of. No,
Kind of.
really.
There was only
some of the names are right.
There's probably one movie that creeped me out, and it was actually about aliens. The fourth kind. The fourth kind. Yeah, the fourth kind.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever watch that one?
Aliens of the Fourth Kind.
Yeah, it's like
No.
they're talking about how there's 3 kinds of encounters. Sightings. What's the other ones? Sightings and interaction, and then actually being abducted.
Yeah.
And then the fourth kind is where like they actually come and kind of, I guess they get involved with your actual life. And that was creepy because aliens to me are creepy. I believe in aliens for one. I totally believe that there's other beings out there. Whether or not we've made contact with them, I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure that at one point in time they had something's come to Earth and messed with us in a way because there's just too many. There's too many little things that past human civilizations had viewed as gods and whatnot, and put in hieroglyphs.
This is where I tell you I got touched by an alien.
I mean, if you want to, I mean, you got touched by an alien, or
I wish I had a good story.
There's a bunch of adults out there saying
Yeah,
they
dude.
got touched by Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I got touched by Michael Jackson alien. He sang Thriller to me and took me up in his spaceship. And I realized I was on a roller coaster and it was a great time. I was in Neverland.
That could happen. Some of those kids probably just like said no. You're like,
I was watching something yesterday. Apparently Michael Jackson was acquitted from all those charges.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I didn't know that. And I was just like, oh man, they did a great job just slandering him. You know what I mean? Just bringing him down.
Who, the people?
Everybody. Like apparently all the kids, they backed off too. Like they weren't. Some of them either said that they were lying, or like they were just like, yeah, we just wanted money and stuff like that. And I was just like, shit, man. Like for years, everybody was shitting on Michael Jackson.
Whether or not he sexually assaulted those kids,
yeah,
the fact that he had them over there was just weird.
Very weird.
It was weird.
Very weird.
Regardless of whether or not they
should not get into bed with a grown man.
Yeah, he shouldn't have gotten to bed with kids.
There you go.
The kids were like, oh, he's a pop star, he's music, and Michael Jackson, and he talks like us, His voice is a little higher, actually, than most of ours. Yeah. But, I don't care if he touched those kids at all or not. Just the fact that he did stuff like that, it's still weird. It's very weird.
It is weird. No, it is super weird, but it's not like Bill Cosby bad.
Oh no, Bill Cosby's a totally different monster.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I shouldn't say monster.
But
Bill Cosby's he's a monster in himself.
I think it's funny that we're going after Michael Jackson and Bill Cosby just sitting there like, I wish black people would pull up their pants. It's like, dude, you're raping people right now.
Oh yeah, and that's the weirdest thing about him. How he would be like, he wanted them to pull up their pants. He didn't want people swearing. Eddie Murphy, you swear too much in your special.
I love how a lot of the comedians that are telling stories now, because there's like a thing like, oh, we can't talk about Cosby because he's this powerful man or whatever. But now that he's sort of tucked away, like everybody's coming out with all these crazy stories of how he like made waiting staffs watch him eat.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
And the crazy rich people things, a power thing. I don't know when you start doing that. I don't know when you make your first waiting staff watch you eat. But that was probably a big moment for him.
Yeah, I mean, I want to picture him like just sitting down and like one person sits there and like just more people walk up. Like, hey, you guys just. I feel like it would start off with too many people making too much noise. Can everybody just stop moving and making noise?
Yeah.
So everybody's just standing there.
Everyone has to stand here.
And he's like eating, like, and then he starts actually looking around. So they're all just kind of looking at me. I'm like, well, what can we do? He doesn't want us to make noise. And then eventually he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna have everybody stand around and watch me eat. Yeah. I wonder if I could do that. Imagine when you get to that level where you're like, oh, these people actually listen to me when I tell them to do stuff like that.
Yeah, that's too much. Like I don't know. That's too famous. I think fame eventually, like Tom Cruise is the last true superstar.
I had a bit about Bill Cosby that I actually haven't done in a long time, but it was how like he got to where he was mentally about doing that, and my bit was that where
too much pudding.
No, it was about. It's like the first time he got actually famous pussy. There's a certain word for it, but where you get pussy because of who you are. And then like the girl, like he took off that ugly ass sweater that he's always wearing, and the girl actually saw him naked, and she was like, nah, and she was telling him like, can you put the sweater back on because it's I kind of like the whole Bill Cosby persona. And Bill Cosby's like, what? Like, I don't want to do that. This thing's itchy when it gets hot. But, she's like, well, it's either that or nothing. So he's like, all right, well, I guess I'll do it. And then how he gets tired of none of the girls wanting to bang him without the sweater. So he's like, fuck this. I'm just going to bloop. They're asleep. They can't complain. I get to take off the sweater.
Yeah. Nailed it. Yeah, no, that guy, maybe he's ahead of his time. We don't, how will we know? Time will tell.
Yeah. A lot of people don't think he's going to make it out of jail alive, though.
No. I think he got put in the, general population? As soon as he goes into there, somebody's going to be like...
What's funny, because somebody hit him with, like, a piece of bread.
He's so old. He doesn't even know what's coming. He's blind. He's, can't really walk that well. Like, he doesn't even look like Bill. You're like, that's Bill Cosby? I guess so. Such a weird... It's such a weird time that we live in.
Well, man, imagine being those girls waking up in their time.
Oh, yeah. No, and nobody, and everyone's just like, yeah, he didn't do that. And they're like, no, he did. And they're like, no. I don't think so.
Yeah, and there's still people who think that's all a conspiracy. Like, no, they started that because he wanted to buy ABC or NBC or whatever. He was gonna be the first black guy to own a network. And I was just like, that happened a long time ago, way before any of this network talk came out.
I bet. I mean, these network executives. I wouldn't put it past any of them. They just have more power, you know, than he does. They got better hush hush money, better lawyers, better ways to like keep these things quiet. But I bet you they're guilty of some of the same shit.
Oh, probably, yeah.
I'd be surprised.
That whole like the whole not comedy, the whole acting and all that, like music and whatnot. People just get to a certain level with this power that they get.
Yeah.
Being able to control whether or not a person is gonna succeed or not, and it just goes through their head, and next thing you know, they're like getting their diddly sucked by other guys, which just trips me out because I was talking to this guy at work and he was telling me how not is it Master P? No, it's not Master P.
Dip your toe in the gay pond.
It was a Birdman, and okay, these are all alleged guys because this is gonna go up. Allegedly, but Birdman would have guys suck his dick in order for them to get famous.
Yeah.
And I'm over here, I'm just like, okay, I understand the power thing, but why does it have to be his dick? Like, why does he have to be suck my dick? Oh, I have a guy suck my dick. Why can't it be like, okay, in order for you to pass, you have to suck his dick. That way, my dick doesn't ever have to touch another man's mouth. But no, he wants a guy to suck his. That, regardless of what people say, that is that they say like, oh, that's not gay because it's a guy because he's sucking his. No, it's still kind of gay. You still have a man's mouth on your dick.
Apparently, Marlon Brando and
Oh yeah, Marlon Brando was well known for being a savage in the sack.
And Richard Pryor.
Dude, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Were involved with each other.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Is that cocaine?
Oh, they were all coked up. Pryor was notorious for being coked up all the time.
Yeah. I didn't know, but I didn't even know, like, they knew. I don't know. This is just, like...
I don't know, man. Like I said, Hollywood, you get that power, and you start doing a bunch of blow, and you start hanging out with a bunch of guys. I'm pretty sure there are women just start off there.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure they're partying with a bunch of bitches and whatnot, but then they look at each other like,
yeah, this is gonna be...
Let me get that.
I mean, I know why I want to get famous now. Will Smith.
Will Smith is another one. I hear they're him and his what's her name? Jada Pinkett Smith.
Swingers.
I hear they're like hardcore.
I don't know. I
Hardcore
haven't gone into that YouTube conspiracy theory.
I'm pretty sure they're doing some freaky stuff. All those Hollywood people are kind of weird because it kind of seems like they all dated each other at one point or another.
Yeah, I think a lot of that's for tabloids. When you got a big film coming out. Those two people need to spend a lot of time with each other, go on press tours, hang out, and be like, oh, well, set was fun, but we had a hard time making out with each other during
that's
these
what
scenes.
broke up the dude from Jurassic Park.
Oh, Chris Pratt.
Yeah, that's what broke him up with his wife. The chick from the Scary Movies, which, by the way, I think she's hilarious.
Yeah, no, I think she's funny, too.
That was what broke them up. Pretty much. Like, it was a couple things.
It's weird, man. But that guy's, like, super... He's also... Chris Pratt, like, I think he's hilarious, but he made, like, a huge speech about religion or something on... about having a soul and all this, and then he was just like, alright, I'm getting divorced now, and I'm marrying Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter. See ya. And it's just like...
But he banged that one chick from the Bird movies.
The Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence. When they made that one movie, like Jennifer Lawrence even apologized to her. It was like, sorry, I banged your dude. And
whoops.
Whoops. Yeah. But I mean, okay, no, actually, no. If I was Chris Pratt's his name, right?
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, no, I would have banged her. Jennifer Lawrence she's kind of hot, but when you're Chris Pratt. Dude, he can get so many hotter chicks if he wanted to. It's not like that's something special right there.
Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah. I mean, she's hot, but she's not like, let me cheat on my wife type of hot.
I mean,
not only that, you could just, not only that, she's all over the internet. Just beat off to her pictures on the internet.
Yeah, I guess so. You just beat off to her on the internet. I don't know, just a sad life of Chris Pratt, I guess. He has to, he tripped and he fell and he cheated on his wife and, I guess he didn't have to. But, I don't know, man, you're working those, 16-hour days, you're on set all the time, Hollywood is designed to break, that's why people are always breaking up and getting back together in Hollywood, because it's just, the schedules that they're on is fucking insane. It makes no sense at all.
No, not when they're making movies, especially consecutive movies.
They were talking about that on Game of Thrones, actually. They were like, yeah, we wanted to do a couple more seasons of this, but then we felt we would have felt obligated to pay for more divorce lawyers. Because apparently a couple of, the lady that's the queen, Cersei, she got a divorce. A couple other people got a divorce just because they have to be on location all the time.
What's the name of the chick who plays Xena? Who played Xena?
Lucy Lawless.
Yeah, Lucy Lawless. What is her character on there?
She is on there? She's not on Game of Thrones.
She isn't?
No.
I thought she was.
No, I would know.
Are you sure?
I'm a big fan of Xena.
Are you sure she's on?
I am a huge fan.
So what
of
is she
Xena.
on? She's
Lucy
on
Lawless?
Yeah, she was on one of those movies. One of those shows.
Lucy Lawless was on Parks and Recreation, I think.
No, she was not on
She was.
Dude,
she goes after Ron Swanson.
Dude, that's why I need my producer here, who's not here. Thank you, Allie, very much.
Sorry.
But she usually looks stuff up.
I swear to God,
she was on Game of Thrones.
Somebody Google it. Whoever's
She's like a lesbian chick on there. Nobody's on it.
Who's Panda chick?
Dude, I think you know Panda. He's
Julio?
Fernando Panda. What's his last name?
Oh, is he the guy that dances with the panda on open mics?
No, I don't think he dances with a panda.
Oh, okay.
No, you're thinking of
Forgot his name.
black dude.
Nope.
No,
Mexican dude.
Mexican dude.
He keeps his headphones on the whole time. He goes up. He doesn't even talk. He just does skits at Backdoor. He's hilarious.
I've never seen that guy. That sounds interesting.
Funny as hell. He just does sketches really. And he doesn't even talk. Doesn't even use the microphone. He just does bits.
What is the wildest thing you've ever tried out on stage?
Wildest thing I've ever tried out.
Have you ever tried anything?
On an open mic or?
Yeah, just in general.
In high school, I did a for the Mr. High School, Mr. whatever our thing was. I did an interpretive dance to the movie to the soundtrack from Titanic. In tights and a frilly shirt.
That sounds like it was super homo.
And it was with feathers and a boa and a streamer. So
a streamer. Yeah, I know what a streamer is.
Oh, yeah.
But a streamer.
I won that competition, by the way.
Oh, I guess
it was.
I fudged that.
It was a good dance. It was a really good.
You ever
dance.
talk to your high school friends and be like, "See, I told you I wasn't gay."
Oh, still all the time. They are some of the guys that I went to high school with. I collaborate with to this day. On shorts and movies and stuff like that. And
that's cool.
One of our buddies is about to film a horror movie, so you're gonna love it.
Oh yeah?
You're gonna love that, yeah.
Is it gonna come out in actual?
It's gonna come out and it'll be short, so it'll make the round as far as short festivals.
Oh okay, yeah.
And then.
Do they have any of those around here?
Yeah.
Short film festivals.
Yeah.
I want to go to some
Texas
of those.
Theater.
Do you ever do any of those?
I do. I got a really depressing movie. I did a documentary about 3 years ago. Yeah. And it did really well. Won some awards.
It was about a sad dog.
That's the dog one. Yeah. Did I ever show you?
No, I just guessed that.
Oh, okay. No, it's about it's called Tech 72, and it's about the rescue and rehabilitation of all of these dogs that were found on this giant property.
Oh shit! So I hit it right on the mark, huh?
Yep. When the owner died, there were all these. There was just tons of dogs, and it was almost like it was in Houston.
Oh, so this is real.
The climate. Oh yeah, this is real. This is a documentary. This was a. So, they had to go in, and he had something like 300 birds just flying around, parrots, all these exotic animals. He was a professor at a college, but he was just an extreme hoarder. Yeah. He had giant tortoises wandering around the property like dinosaurs. That's cool. Llamas all over the place. He had ostriches. He had Irish wolfhounds, and he had a bunch of other kinds of dogs. He had cats running around.
How do you keep with all those animals from killing each other?
He just murdered a lot of them. He would leave in order to cut down on a lot of them. He would just leave them in the garage, and then they found like mass grave sites of like all these buried
animals.
And he'd been doing it for like 40 years.
Good God!
So it's just like all these fucking shallow graves. It's crazy. This guy was nuts, and the only reason they were able to get on the property and everything was because his partner turned him in, but he only had like 2 months to live anyway. He had cancer all over his body, so he was gonna die. And they went in and rescued all these dogs. A lot of the dogs had like eaten each other. And like, chewed through chain link fence.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty brutal. Like I went on the site and recorded a lot of it.
So you were actually there.
I wasn't there during the seizure, but we had footage of the seizure, and it was just like the first time these dogs had seen people.
But oh shit.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I stumbling onto that story was nuts.
Where can I go and see this?
Like, you see it on YouTube. Yeah, you can see it on YouTube.
What's it called?
It's called the Texas 72.
The Texas 72. You hear that, guys?
The Texas.
Look that up. The Texas 72.
If you want to have a good cry, and look at that.
I don't know about a good cry, but I think that'd just be cool to see that. Like when you were actually on there. This is really interesting, man. You didn't fucking tell me. You should have brought this up to begin with. But when you were there, did it feel like any kind of like eerie or anything like that? Because you would think sometimes.
So with the location that it was out in, it was Santa Fe, Houston. So it's really out there. So you can buy a lot of property for not a lot of money. And this guy was a professor at a local college. He was like, I forgot what he did. I forgot what he taught. Maybe English. And he would give his favorite students Irish wolfhounds. Like he would give them, Irish wolfhounds that he was breeding. He started out as a breeder with good intentions, and it was like an animal sanctuary. He had all these bird cages. He had like a whole house of bird cages, basically.
I bet that place smelled like shit.
And had giant cicadas, those tortoises, all over at one point it's probably really nice, and then slowly it just got out of control. He got older, he got a little bit more psychotic, and he just would like throw, like a dog would have puppies, and he'd be like, oh yeah, I don't want any of these puppies, and then he would just put them in a trash bag and throw it out.
What?
Yep.
And
psychotic.
Okay, so
the deposition where his partner turned him in, is pretty haunting. Like, because he's trying not to implicate himself in a lot of this. Even though he was with him this whole time, and he's trying to like move on. It's just like, dude, that like you're kind of a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like this guy has he sort of just let this happen, I mean, and a lot of organizations, like 30 organizations, had to work to figure out how to rescue all these animals. There was something like 900 animals on the property, 900 animals total, and they had to put like a lot of them down because they were just rabid.
Shit.
Yeah. No, I mean it was not. I mean, a lot of these dogs had chewed through chain link fence to like go where water was.
Yeah, to survive.
Yeah, this was weird. And going there, it was just clouds of mosquitoes all over the place, and bugs. Yeah, it like everything was overgrown. Like you could tell.
How much property was it? Like how much? Like a couple yards.
It was
acres or what?
Yeah, I think it was like 12 acres.
Shit, that's a lot of fucking land.
Yeah, it was big. Because it was like,
why did nobody see that?
That's why is like you were only allowed. He got complaints, like people tried to turn him in, but the sheriff and all of them could only go up to the gate and check everything out, and then he would sweet talk them, and then they would leave. And in the fridge they found like tons of euthanasia, tons of just a bunch of random medicines, just stuff that could only be issued by a vet and by licensed people, and like he somehow had it. Like he was just great at schmoozing people.
Good God.
Yeah. It's pretty nuts. It was hard to uncover it all because nobody wanted to talk about it. Like nobody wanted to talk about it. Period. Like they were just like they wanted to distance themselves as far from it as possible.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, we're trying to figure out what exactly happened. And they're just like, we don't know. We don't. And we had a lot of we had to interview a lot of people, and it's a 17-minute documentary. It's a short, but it could have easily been an hour.
Oh yeah, man, you could.
I would have loved if I had more funding. I would have loved to have done a part 2 and gone into the college and talked to people who knew this guy, and but like everybody was just like, I don't know, it was weird. Like everybody was just like, oh, maybe this implicates me, and I didn't do enough, and it's like, I mean, he'd been doing it for 40 years. You probably could have figured something out,
Yeah. I mean, even like I guess like even if they feel like they couldn't done enough and they don't want to get in trouble for it, I mean, just do that anonymous thingy. Just talk about it anonymously.
Yeah. I mean,
but it feels like this should have been talked about.
I don't know, but there's puppy farms all over the place.
There's puppy farms.
They're all over the place, and they just it is what that's always going to be an issue. It's just like figuring out how to, and the people that worked at the ASPCA, or I guess the HSPCA, the Houston Rescue Team, they had no idea, because these are Irish Wolfhounds, so they're 150-pound dogs. They're big dogs. And there were 72 of them surviving. There was originally like 100 and something, but I think they had to put a couple down because they were just like, could not be contained.
Yeah.
So, when you
imagine if those like dogs somehow got let out, just have a pack of 72 dogs running, chasing after you.
Yep. Yeah, no, Irish Wolfhounds are, the reason they're Wolfhounds is because they have this special Irish Wolfhound sort of judo move where they were able, if they were to catch a wolf, they would flip them over and break their neck simultaneously. So that was like their move. Like an Irish Wolfhound would get a wolf in the back of the neck and just crack their neck, and then that would be it.
God damn.
Yeah, so like imagine 72 of these fuckers. Just
wild. Fucking chasing down llamas and shit.
Oh yeah, chasing down llamas, like, I mean, it was a weird property to be on. It's weird.
Yeah.
Everything was just overgrown. The saddest thing was the giant empty shells for the giant tortoises.
Oh yeah.
Because like sometimes, so these tortoises couldn't eat
like,
or
live
anything.
Like forever.
Yeah, I mean, they can live a long time. Like some of them were like 30 or 40-year-old shells. But the thing is, they ran out of food, and then they didn't know where to go, so they would like just sort of die in their shell, and then the cats would eat them.
Oh, the cats would eat them.
And probably the dogs. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, seeing this just giant empty shells, it was just like, ugh. It's a bad way to go. Yeah.
I mean, cat turtles just eat like leaves and grass stuff. What do they eat? Or I'm pretty sure they eat water.
most but they I think it was overheating. That's probably one of their problems. I don't really know. I wasn't there the day of, but the footage that I saw was just like, it was really sad. And a lot of the. And
did you capture all stuff like this in the video? Like
yeah. We showed a lot of the original footage.
Oh,
from the
I'm totally gonna check that out as soon as you get out of here.
Yeah. It's a fun watch. I'll have to include the link on the thing so everybody can check it out. But
well, I mean, people could just YouTube. I mean, just put it into search, right?
Yeah,
Texas
and it was masterfully edited by a guy that I graduated UTA with, named Michael Gonzalez, who's a great editor. But that movie got a lot of respect in the film world,
Yeah.
That's why I go back and forth.
That's cool. I don't know how I got started on that, but I mean that's cool. That is fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it was cool to work on everything, which is why I do mostly comedies now.
Why?
So I don't have to do anything more depressing. Because, like, you'll watch it and you'll be like, oh, this is really sad. And we tried to, like, pull back from that and show how it was a rehabilitation story, too.
Uh-huh.
And move everything along.
So what animals were still, like, able to be, like, introduced into the wild, if any? Like, were there still turtles that were able to be saved?
No.
Or?
Well, I mean, there was actually a couple. There was, like, 3 turtles, 3 tortoises, a lot of the Irish wolfhounds were able to get homes. Like, I think a lot of them had like health problems. So like they would go to a place, like some of them would get shipped to Alaska and then die like a month later because of just whatever complications they had from eating gravel, and, for months or years or whatever it was.
It's crazy.
But yeah, so I mean, they had a very their life expectancy was cut down a lot. But my parents actually got one of them.
Oh really?
Yeah, my mom's been a part of the. That's how I heard about it. My mom's been a part of the Irish Wolfhound Rescue Club since I was born. So I've been around big dogs.
There's a rescue club for big dogs for the Irish.
Yeah, Irish Wolfhounds. Yeah, if you want a giant walking carpet.
That's pretty much what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
I have to look up what kind of dog that is.
Terrible guard dogs, great for
terrible guard dogs. Why are they terrible?
They're
too friendly with people.
They love people. Like that's part of the problem. Like I've helped out on rescues and whatever. Like I have more of a fear of like pit bulls.
Yeah.
And herding dogs because herding dogs are more inclined to like nip you or bite or you know what I mean,
to get you to do what they want.
To get you to do, yeah, they're more controlling, and but like pit bulls just, and there's bull pits, not bull pit. I don't know. It's like a bullet dog. It's like a smaller pit bull with like.
Oh, you mean like bull terrier?
No, not a bull terrier. It's like I think it's a bull pit. I think that's the name of it because she was when I did our interview at HSPCA. With the head of the team down there, she was talking about how they a month after they did this giant rescue, this big Texas 72, which was the biggest Irish Wolfhound rescue ever.
Yeah.
They had to do a rescue for all these tiny little bull pits, and a bull pit is just like a shorter pit bull, but still like the same size head, same size body, and everything. They're just designed killing machines. Like
so in other words, they're like the lowrider of pit bulls.
Yeah, they are so.
You got a regular pit bull, you just like jack the legs down.
Yeah. You jack the legs down. That's what it is. And they're just like. They're insane how like tough they are, and, and they have the same pit bull mentality of as soon as I latch on, I'm not letting go.
Oh yeah,
and it's just like, well, shit. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I have a pit bull actually up in the kennel over there.
Yeah, those are better guard dogs. I've met some sweet pit bulls. Like pit bulls are
nice.
Yeah, pit bulls are usually.
Great. It really just depends on how the trainers, the owners treated them and raised them.
Yeah.
Mine was actually abused a lot by his first owner as a puppy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always been like super timid around people.
Mm-hmm.
And that stuck with it. And even now it's very skittish around people, especially guys.
Mm-hmm.
But once it gets to know you, it's very nice. But like I guess he was one of my neighbors in my old house who lived like across on the other side of the block, but like maybe 2 houses down.
Mm-hmm.
And when I have a brown dog, he's a Rhodesian Ridgeback.
Mm-hmm.
When I got him as a puppy, somehow the pit bull made it to my yard, and then like the lady, I guess the owner, came by like the next day and said, hey, did my dog come over here? Like, yeah, I have this puppy right here, I don't know where it came from. And she took it. And then it came back like 2 days later. Mm-hmm. And this time it was back there for like 2 weeks. I was like, well, the dog's here. I don't know. Someone's going to come get it. And then he just stayed and played with my other dog. I fed it, whatever. And she came. Finally, she came, showed up. Hey, is my dog here? I was like, yeah. You know, it's been here for a couple weeks now. And she's like, oh, okay. Well, sorry. I was like, no, it's fine. Here you go.
Do you know where she lived?
Huh?
Do you know where she lived? Like...
No, I don't know which precise house she lived at.
Oh, okay.
I just knew it was one of the houses. I'm not sure which one. But then
her dog. Huh?
And then like he showed up again, like a day or two later, he showed up again, and this time, nobody came looking for him for like 6 months. She finally shows up. It's like, hey, is my dog back there? And at the time, I was like, it's not your dog. I was like, no, your dog's not back here. She's like, oh, okay. And I was just like, no, I'm not gonna give them back the dog. The dog's been here for 6 months already. Been feeding it, taking care of it.
Yeah, that is a little ridiculous to even like look for it after 6 months.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not giving that dog back.
No.
So and I was like, no, he's gonna stay with me. But every time he would come back,
that's such a weird thing for someone.
Yeah, he every time he came back, I don't know if they would beat him or whatever for leaving or whatever, but he was already very skittish when he would come back or when he was here. So
did the lady seem normal or was she like sort of a tweaker?
No, she seemed okay. She seemed like Middle Eastern. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I don't see what I don't think anything wrong with her or anything like that. I just feel like they really didn't care about the dog much. They kind of just had it, and I don't know. I think for them it was more like the idea of having a pit bull, not really having a dog. Mm-hmm. Like they just want, oh, it's a pit bull. I'm gonna keep it because it's a pit bull.
Yeah,
I kept him. I gave him a name. His name was Liger.
Liger.
Yeah. Liger.
Okay.
I didn't pick the name out. He's like he's gray with white stripes. Pattern. So he's got like that grayish and white pattern. Kind of like a zebra. So we kind of called him Liger because he looked like the cross of a tiger and a lion.
Gotcha.
And then Shogun's my Rhodesian Ridgeback. He funny thing, I got him for an ex-girlfriend of mine because she wanted a big dog. So I got him as a puppy, and you know he was gonna grow up to be kind of big because you could tell by the paw size and when they're puppies. You know, he was a good size for a puppy. And she was excited, and then we broke up, and she just took off and left me with the dog. And I was like, well, I mean, I don't care. Shogun's here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's a. I mean, every dog I've had is a rescue too, so yeah. I can't imagine.
I'm surprised that puppy mills are still even legal. Like with the
they're not. There are legal like puppy farms, like where it's like, you know, everything's regulated and everything. Yeah. Like if you have, you can have a license to breed. Like that or whatever, and then I breed this kind of dog and I can show you back the parents or whatever, but there's a lot of money in it, and if you're selling a champion breed Irish Wolfhound for $8,000, you know, why wouldn't I just go up the road and buy someone who says is a full bred Irish Wolfhound champion breed for like, you know, $2,000?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of money in it. And people are trying to make money, and I get that, but it's just like a lot of these puppies just end up getting put to sleep. Like they just
that's horrible.
I mean, it's It is. It's horrible, and it's. But
I just don't see the point of like, okay, you have these places with all these dogs, but there's so many other dogs in the world that just running around.
There's a lot of dogs.
They're free.
There's so many damn dogs. Like, I think the U.S. we're outnumbered. I think humans to dogs. I think that goes for cats too.
Did you hear about that lady? Did you hear about that lady that got attacked in Dallas by the pack of dogs? No. Yeah, it was a couple of years ago. I think it was like maybe 2 or 3. I don't know why I'm saying this with a smile.
Yeah, that's kind of hilarious.
Got attacked by some dogs.
If it was like schnauzers, it'd be even funny.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of dog, but she got attacked. I think even one lady might have even died from them.
Really?
Yeah. And that reminds me.
Yeah. I mean, dogs they know what they're doing.
That reminds me, I think a year ago, in my old neighborhood, I was driving by, And there was this lady like, stop. So I was like, what's going on? She jumped in my car. I was like, hey, you okay? What's going on? She's like, there's a dog out there that won't let me go past where I'm trying to go. She's like, do you mind driving me up? And I was like, yeah, it's no problem. And I drive up and I see the dog. And she's like, yeah, that dog won't let me go by. It keeps coming closer to me every time I go. I was like, oh. So, but it's just funny how she just jumped in the stranger's car. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna choke you and oh, I can't say the R word.
We were, oh, yeah.
Like, but yeah, it was fine. But I just thought it was, you know.
We went to Oklahoma one time, and I forgot what the city was, but it was like a sort of a small town. It was a oil rig town sort of thing where like there was hotels that just popped up out of nowhere to like fill the need of. Anyway, we didn't see any people. Except for at Walmart, all we saw was these like dogs like wandering the town. It was like, did these dogs run this place? Like, is this
in
like
the town?
In the town, like the town, it was just like packs of dogs. So now I think in my head, I'm just always like, yeah, Oklahoma is run by packs of wild dogs.
That's strange.
It's really weird. Yeah. I think it was. It must have been after some tornado too. I think it was after a big tornado hit.
Yeah.
And
those
some houses were destroyed, but these dogs were just like around.
Those those oil towns that get like all this, get all this traffic when they're doing big and whatnot. What happens to them when the oil stops?
They die again.
And they just become like ghost towns?
Hotels? Yeah.
People just leave and then
everybody leaves. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Like, business is popping for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, everybody.
Because those oil things don't last forever, right?
No. Yeah, they don't. They're just rigs for. And there was that big boom where everybody was like working on. You knew someone working on a rig around. And now I don't think they're making as much money because they could make a lot of money in a short amount of time. You just work them all the way to the bone, on that rig. But I don't think it's as lucrative as it was.
I don't think so either. Because there was a while there where everybody,
it was like everybody get in on it real quick.
Yeah, everybody was working on oil rigs. I'm working the oil rig, and then people took off, and next thing you know, I was like, I hear people coming back.
Elon Musk is gonna end that.
Probably, you think so?
Electric cars. I can't wait. I mean, I think Teslas are cool. I've gotten a ride in one, and it was crazy.
Was it? I haven't been in a Tesla yet.
It was so cool.
I wonder if I could Uber somebody and be like,
it was so fast.
For Uber.
It was ridiculously fast. You're just like.
Yeah, I hear they're really crazy fast.
Yeah, you don't. It's almost like you don't even believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually heard Rogan talking about his Tesla that he just bought.
Yep.
Talking about how like it's insane, it's the future, and he's all like, I don't know if he feels this way too, but he's all like, it's like the old school type of cars, like they just feel dumb.
Yeah.
Like those cars are dumb. This car's smart and well educated. This is a car with a diploma here.
You can just sort of chill out. You don't even have to drive it. It drives itself.
Are you cold? Because I can turn the fan off.
No, I'm good. No. I always get this when I'm talking about Tesla.
You get all warm and feely.
I I want to get one day. Like, I think they're really.
I think by the time probably we're maybe about 10, 15 years, they'll be more affordable for the regular guy.
Yeah. And I think a lot of other companies are going to get on board with what they're doing.
I hear Audi's coming out with a good one.
Mm-hmm. Audi, Mercedes.
I haven't heard anything about
Chevy,
Nissan or anything like that, but like.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot more models, but like I like the fact that you don't on the Teslas you can just fall asleep and then your car will take you to where you need to go.
No, I don't think you should fall asleep, but you can.
It'll take you. It'll take you, man. That's the future right there. Yeah, do you fall asleep on an airplane?
That is true. You fall asleep, but you got a guy.
You fall asleep on a bus? Yeah, I mean,
you got a guy,
right? You got, but no. Well, airplanes are on autopilot
until they land. Doesn't the pilot take over?
Sometimes, I mean, yeah, but it can land. It can also land on its own. You know that?
I did not know that. I'm not on
Our neighbor, my parents' neighbor,
Uh-huh.
is a pilot, and he's just like, planes are almost completely automated. Like you don't,
Yeah.
the pilot's just.
So
there.
why do they make a big deal if they have a couple of drinks?
I don't know. A lot. He said 99% of the crashes that you hear about are the plane is doing something, and then the
pilot.
It's pilot error because he takes over and he's just like, oh shit, what's going on? And then they screw up the computer. So whatever they're doing, like they take it off autopilot and they're like, I think I'm gonna land today, and they just crash.
Like I hear a lot of recently a lot of airplanes have been overshooting the landing strip. Like they'll land, but they'll like not stop in time and keep going. I don't know if that has to do with the pilots or not, but I think that's happened like 2 or 3 times already with.
I know a couple pilots, and I bet on it being the pilots because like, in order to be a good pilot, you sort of have to be just an analytical person or whatever. And I know a bunch of guys where that's not the case. But
I'm gonna. I gotta use the restroom.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna talk to people real quick.
I'll talk to the people. I'll take comments and questions.
I also need to blow my nose. Yeah, just chit chat about whatever you want.
All right, guys. Let's chit chat about whatever I want. Now that I'm in the gamer chair. What is this used for? See, we can just look at the wall of art. So we got a holographic Charizard back there. I don't know if you can see that right there. Holographic Charizard. Thor bumper sticker. Someone who looks like they don't know how to lick ice cream. It's her first time licking ice cream. Christy Mack's first time licking ice cream. Yep. That pretty much covers that wall. There's more, but you don't really have to worry about that. What's up, Pre-Keezy?
What?
Pre-Keezy's on.
I know. All right, back. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
All right, so.
Parkour.
Huh?
Parkour.
Yeah, I love parkour with my fat ass. I've been talking about this joke that I tell that I recently came out of the closet.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I tell them, I'm like, yeah, I'm vegan now. People don't like that one.
You get maybe half and half.
Half and half.
Are you really vegan?
I'm trying it. It's hard. It's hard because it's hard to. It's hard for me to be constantly going to the store to buy fresh vegetables and fruit.
Yeah.
Because
it seems like a tough thing to prepare, too.
It is, especially if you don't have that much afternoon time. Like, I mean, I probably spend maybe about 20 hours a week at home. Not that much.
Some of the best...
I don't even sleep here that often.
Some of the best food... Really, where do you just sleep in... You're just like, oh, I'm going to sleep in the car tonight.
Well, no.
Chill out.
You know, I stay at hotels right around the corner from work and whatnot.
Yeah.
Nah.
Just be at the Missus?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Because it's actually a little closer to work.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah. You know, you go and you fornicate. It's late. You're like, why just stay here? No point me going home at 1:30 in the morning. I'm sleepy.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Especially like Mondays and Tuesdays. You know, I get home for like an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and then I go to the mics because they start around 7. Gotta leave here by 6:30, and I get home by 5:30 sometimes. And then Arlington Improv. Have you been to Arlington Improv lately? They just started their open mics back up.
Did they?
Yeah, last Tuesday was their first one.
Oh, yeah, no, I definitely want to go to those because I like Arlington.
You know what's cool though? Since they made it half arcade, You can now play these arcade games as long as you want.
What kind of arcade games do they have?
It's a lot of old schooler arcades. Like the old school fighting games.
Like Tekken.
Capcom versus Street
DC?
Fighter or
Mhm.
something like that. Capcom versus Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
One of those buckshot games that I actually stayed there and played for like 40 minutes last time I was
Really?
there. Yeah, and then they also have the
That game's always crazy because like no matter how good you are at it, you still have to pay $1 for the next round or
Yeah.
whatever. You can't just. It's not like those games where you could put in $1 and like, oh, let's see how long I can live
Uh-huh.
or whatever.
Oh no, they don't give a shit. They're
Yeah,
like, oh, you
it's
want
like-
to keep hunting?
Yeah.
Pay more money.
More money.
For the bullets. No, but they're free though. That's a cool thing because they're free.
They're
'cause
free?
Yeah, because it's that style where you make one payment to go in and play all the games you want.
Oh,
But because we're comics, we're hanging out there. They let us play
That's
for free
awesome.
anyway.
why did they do that? Why did they
They always had this vision of making it like a
little game place?
yeah. I guess whoever, I don't know if somebody bought it recently, but like it was always called like Big Dog Pizza or something like that, and it had like the Black Dog Pizza, and it always had the Nintendo dog from the Nintendo hunting game.
Mm-hmm.
It had that dog with pizza, and they just went all the whole arcade way with it.
Mm.
But I mean, it's a lot of fun.
Do they own the other improv too?
I know it's a franchise. I don't know if it's by the same people. I don't think
Okay.
so though. I'm not too sure about that one. So, but I do like it's fun there, and I was there last week, and of course I bombed like hell because I'm not really working on material right now. Just
Mm-hmm.
nothing specific I want to talk about. I've done a couple of showcases, and right now I just kind of want to go and see what pops in my head.
Do you do the Butch Lord showcases?
But I've done 5 of those so far.
5 of those? Wow.
I've done 5, and I've also done. Let me see what that is. Do you still have room for rent? No, I do not. Actually, I do.
What kind of fun is that actually?
Oh, it's pre-K. Hey, pre-K. Pre-K join. I don't even know if he's still on here. It's a S9.
S9.
Samsung now? Is that what
Oh,
it is?
oh. Samsung.
Yeah. It's funny. I'm following this guy named DJ Pre-K. He's from a radio station, a radio show I like to watch on Saturday mornings called the John Clay Wolf Show. Have you ever heard it? They're pretty hilarious. I like all kinds of silly, fun stuff. And the characters that they have on there is pretty hilarious. They have this one guy, his name's Bobo. They call him Bobo. But he does all these character voices. And he has like a reverend who they don't say he's black, but the way he sounds, it's like those black reverends. They have a squirrel called Randy the Chipmunk. Oh, Chipmunk, not squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
Called Randy the Chipmunk, he's kind of like a drinking problem / gambling problem. And they have Antonio Romero.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Romo's dad. Tony Romo's dad is a character. He's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Satan, I got Satan on there.
Mm-hmm.
Who else do they do?
Antonio Romo.
They have a stripper named. Oh shit, I forget what her name is. Anyway, whatever her name is, but she's like a stripper. And she talks about, and it's a radio show, so it's kind of silly, but it makes me laugh because, especially Antonio Romero, because he talks about stories about Tony Romo.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it's like, of course, it's over exaggerated. None of it's true. But then you get the other guy, the other radio guy. I think he's like one of the producers or something like that. His name's shit, man. What is it? Babo, John, DJ Pre-K. I can't think of his name. But the other guy, the whole time, he's all like, "No, it's not. No, it didn't. That didn't happen." He's just like. But what he does, he buys and sells. He buys cars on the radio. Like people call and say what kind of car they have. And he gives him an online, on the radio bid. And usually he does really good about how he's been doing it for a long time, so he knows. And it's fun to hear him like go back and forth with people, and hear people be like, "No, my car's worth more." They're like, "No, it's not. It's not worth more than that." It's like nobody wants your car, and like you can go on, you can go on Craigslist and hope that you don't get hope you don't get beaten and abducted and end up in somebody's trunk.
Sorry to tell you.
Yeah. And then he'll have one where like people try to sell their like 2001 Honda Civic with like 200,000 miles on it. He's like, he's like, "Sorry, that's a piece of shit car. I don't want it. I don't want it." Anyway, but what were we talking about before that?
I don't know. Can't have been that important.
It couldn't have been.
Couldn't have been that important.
What about you? Have you done these showcases? You ever do Butch's showcases?
No,
I've
never done a showcase, but I wouldn't really be interested in it either. I don't know. It just seems like because I don't want to give sell like 10 tickets or whatever it is. I've seen so many people have to do that, and like doing the showcases are like a great way to get in and that whole bit. But
hey,
I don't really like showcases because
hello. I clean up a little bit while you're gone.
Oh, you're fine.
Because you only get 3 minutes too.
Yeah, he's kind of changed that to where depending on how many people you get to come, you get more time. Oh, that's your fault.
You good?
So he has changed it a little bit. But still, I understand where you're coming from and the whole. A lot of people don't like that ticket. You have to sell tickets, get people to come, and whatever. And like, but for somebody who's kind of newer like me, it's like I just kind of view it as the more chance I get to do comedy with an actual audience.
True, yeah.
I
Actually,
enjoy
it's
it
great, yeah.
with a real actual audience. I enjoy that. So if I have to do these to do it, then I'm gonna do it because it's really the only way I'm gonna get in front of a live audience. Because I don't know that many people yet, or people don't know me yet, or people don't even think I'm.
Well, how long have you been doing it for?
A year.
Okay.
A year this month, February.
Okay. I mean, I hate. I mean, a lot of the comedy clubs, they're a lot like high school or whatever. So you sort of have to go out. You have to go out and book places on your own. Like I went out and tried out. I've tried out for a bunch of different places to get on like sort of their rotation of comics, of people that perform there constantly and can get on Friday and Saturday shows. So yeah, I think you just gotta spread your net wide, and because that's how I got on sort of McKinney's. I went to their tryout, and got a call back. So I guess for 2 years now, I've been performing at the McKinney Comedy Arena, and I usually perform there maybe once or twice a month. And now they're gonna do 2 shows because the stand-up shows have been doing so good. So anybody who's an open micer, I would recommend to go to open mic in McKinney because they're looking for more.
What they called?
People. It's called Comedy Arena.
Comedy Arena in McKinney.
And they have
Where's McKinney?
They have
at?
open mics.
Is that over there by?
You just take 75 as long as you want to, and then you'll eventually get
north?
to 75
north, right?
Wait. North is into the city, right?
Yeah, north is like from here. I'd go.
Yeah.
I'd go. Yeah, I'd go 20 to 75, and then take that all the way north.
Yep, that's right. That's the one. I always get mixed up. I don't even know where 35 is or 30.
30, you don't know where 30 is?
Like I just don't even. It doesn't. I don't know why. It never processed in my brain. Like I know 30 and 35 are around here. Like I know my way around Dallas.
Yeah.
if you drop me in the middle, anywhere in Dallas, I can figure out how to get it. But I've lived in Dallas all of my 30 years, and I don't know any highways aside from 75.
Dallas is like, I feel like Dallas is the middle, or like the general downtown area is like is kind of like where you like let's just say we took a bunch of spaghetti noodles before they're actually cooked, the sticks, and just like crossed them all on the floor. Dallas would be that little center area.
Yeah.
'Cause all the highways split up in different directions from Dallas.
Yep.
And the way I see Arlington is surrounded by highways. It's like a box.
Yep.
You got 20 on one side, the south side, and then you got 30 on the north side, and then you have 360 on the west side, and then you have 820 on the east side. So that Arlington's just a big old box.
I lived in Arlington for a while. I lived in right by Cowboy Stadium when I was going to college.
Oh yeah,
And,
my mom had a house right there. She actually made a pretty good amount of money when they bought the
really?
location. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I heard they were just knocking apartments over.
Oh, dude, they used to be
you're out of here, buddy.
They used to be like they used to be the spot where you could find all the prostitutes at.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. I
probably still is.
I was
Jerry Will. That's probably how we found it. He was looking for a good prostitute.
Probably. He was like, where are all the good hookers at? Right here.
This is where I will build my next stadium.
I should build a stadium here. That way I don't have to go too far. I
Yeah.
have to take my helicopter all the way down here and find them.
Yeah. Build a hooker tunnel for me.
Oh, no problem. Zodiac. One of the this guy named Zodiac Drake. He sometimes he does fact checks for us whenever we could have used it earlier.
What does it
Zodiac. He's apologies for being late.
Oh.
Like sometimes Addie's not here.
Well, what do we need? We needed an IMDb for somebody. IMDb for who was it?
Oh.
Earlier we were talking. We were like, who was it?
Oh.
Completely forgot.
Xena.
Look up. Look up where Xena. Her IMDb.
Okay. Zodiac Drake. Since you have access, is Xena on Game of Thrones or not? I could have sworn I saw Xena on Game of Thrones. Lucy Lawless. Lucy Lawless is on Game of Thrones. I'm pretty sure she is. She's like a lesbian on there. Or she was on some show similar to Game of Thrones. Maybe I'm getting them confused with a different show. That one movie about the shit. What were those guys that used to take shrooms and go into battle?
I didn't know Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings. Maybe it was like a Viking show.
Did Vikings do that? Did they actually?
Oh yeah. They would
that.
trip out on mushrooms and then send them to war. That's why they're all crazy.
That's fucking bizarre. The Nords.
Yeah, they'd be like, okay, tripping on acid. You got these huge ass guys with fucking swords and axes.
Yeah,
tripping
the
on
biggest
shrooms.
dudes. Like
tripping on shrooms and going out into battle. Like even if you did cut into
I think the difference in size between them and a lot of the neighboring communities or whatever was very like.
She was on big. Spartacus. Is Spartacus a show? Or was that a movie?
Yeah, it was a show. It was a show.
Damn it! I thought I was wrong, but it was Spartacus. It's something similar.
Yeah, it was Spartacus.
I've never seen Game of Thrones. Did I tell you that already?
No.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
Why?
I'm just not into.
Really?
I'm not into TV shows.
TV shows. It's like movies. Like it's movie quality.
Yeah, but it's still a show. It keeps going and going and going. I was just like.
Have you ever seen any sequel movies?
Yeah, I mean, I like Lord of the Rings.
Well.
Yeah, but they ended. They found.
I mean, did it? Like, Return of the King had like 9 endings in that movie. I'm still watching the endings. Jesus Christ, that movie.
The Matrix.
Did you like it? Did you like Lord of the Rings?
Oh, of course.
Then you'll love Game of Thrones.
I know. I just can't get into drama shows. Shows like that.
There's so much murder and mayhem.
I like. Okay, when I watch something like that, I like movies. Because they have the beginning and ending. But when it comes to shows, I like comedies.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie, dude. That's such a very.
What's your favorite action movie? What does that say? What do you think about the J-Lo performance in the Grammys?
J-Lo performed at the Grammys?
Yeah, your drama show. J-Lo performance.
I didn't see that. But
Yeah, I haven't watched the
I always thought J-Lo was a shitty singer.
J-Lo, yeah, she's not really. I mean, like her music is ripped off, and she's not a great singer. But she doesn't need to be. She's amazingly hot.
Yeah. Well, why
even
just,
now?
I think she should just stick to making movies where she shows her butt more.
I love how there's this. She's making a movie. What is it now? It's like Made in Manhattan 2, where she's like a person at Walmart, and they're like, you just gotta fake it till you make it, girl. And she fakes all these things on her resume about how she knows like a bunch of different languages and how she's really well educated, even though she's not. And like she's gonna learn a lesson of discipline in this quest to become like who she was meant to be in her earlier life. It seems like such a ridiculous movie. You know what I mean? Like she's gonna fake her way all the way to the top to be CEO of this big company.
So it's
you haven't seen the trailer for it?
No, I have not. So it's kind of like
insane.
It's kind of like
it's like probably gonna be as good as Jiggly.
Oh, I never saw that movie, but I heard it was horrible.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like the plot of that one movie with Leonardo DiCaprio where he's Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
Only he's not arrogant. He just learns as he goes how to do this better and better.
Catch Me If You Can is a great movie. Or Catch Me If You Can is a great movie. Steven Spielberg directed that, didn't he?
I'm not sure who did.
I don't know, but that's a great movie. Do you have like a favorite genre? Is it horror?
Favorite genre movie? Maybe it's between horror and those ridiculously, hilariously bad comedy movies like Scary Movie, Airplane.
Okay, so straight up parody of parody art.
Just those real bad but hilarious movies. Those are the shit.
One of my favorite movies of all time is
10 o'clock.
It's 9:45.
No, but you were gonna start streaming, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start editing it right now.
We wrapping up?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap up here in a minute.
Okay.
But finish your thought though.
I like what really made me want to start doing those types of things was Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Monty Python, yeah.
The Holy Grail for sure.
I didn't see that till later on, but that falls into the same category of those hilarious movies. But that'd probably be one of the British comedies. Oh no! Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Well, that's another episode of the UNG Odyssey podcast. Thank you again for coming on, John. You want to share any kind of Instagram or whatever kind of social media?
Follow at G's_John JEEZ on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
On Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Cool.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you a sticker.
Your stickers are badass.
Actually, I got one here.
I want to get some more.
And you can.
I'll put it somewhere because I have one on my notebook.
Yeah,
these are high quality stickers.
High quality stickers.
They're very good, and
a lot of other
They
comedians
last.
have been doing them too. I've been doing the sticker game. I don't know if I did it first, but I probably did.
I think
first.
you probably have the best quality sticker because it's very sturdy. Which is weird to say about stickers.
Sturdy stickers.
And do you have Zodiac Drake's address? Or do you think you could send him a sticker? Do you only have one?
I got a couple actually. I'll give you a couple.
Well, if you get a chance, can you mail one to him for me?
Boom.
Cool, thanks. And I'll save that right here for him, and then I'll give these to anybody else.
Some special listeners.
Special listeners get these G's John stickers right here. You see that? Oh, look at that. Yeah. It looks a lot like you, too. It's so much like you. Anyway, thank you guys. Next week's guest, Parker something. Yeah, I should probably remember that. But anyway, he's see you guys later. Thank you everybody for watching. How do I stop this? Oh, end live video, share. Yeah, there we go. All right, and then see you guys next week. Gump will be back for next week's episode, And, we'll be here.